Allentown-based artist Gregory Coates can do some pretty amazing things with ordinary items.
Making art's expensive. I went to art school, and I dropped out, and I realized that you take what you have and you invent on it. And I've always sort of invented with materials.
And in his latest exhibit, he channels Honne Tatemae, a Japanese theory he's named his showcase after.
And Honne Tatemae is a philosophy that deals with the private and the public side of the person, meaning that a Japanese person will have some personal feelings that they keep inside, and then that's the Honne, and then the Tatemae, which is the civil side, is the side you show to the public. I took that idea and tried to exchange it and use it in my artwork. I have a body of artwork which is presently my private pieces. I also have a body of artwork that the public, my sort of peers, they know about.
The works that fill the gallery look simple and intricate at the same time. A massive and striking tower of bicycle inner tubes, a wall-size hanging of goose feathers drenched in bright pink paint, with a peace sign symbol dead center.
I tend to use inner tubes as line, as a drawing element, and that is similar to hair. Like hair is one line that's so closely compacted it looks like an illusion of a solid. And if you ask children to draw hair, they usually draw a solid, but it's lots of simple lines. So I use the rubber as a line, and then I give the illusion of a solid because it's wrapped so many times.
Though his work may be inspired by a Japanese theory, it was a trip to South Africa that inspired this style of work for Coates. After losing his art supplies in transit, he learned to use whatever he found at his disposal, and he's been able to find an artistic use for just about anything since then.
I was forced to kind of like question my own crutches or so comfort zones, and I started to realize that using materials that I could create using my intellect were more important and more inventive. So I returned to New York City, where I was living, and started using the materials that were around me, which were a lot. Wood, trash, glass, plastic, rubber, paper, and using the idea that if the intellect would take those materials, then I could create artwork and create a new kind of invention with those materials.
Other works in the exhibit include a wall of brown baggage and what he calls a sensually textured display of broom heads he plans to expand with more pieces. It's art that's fun to look at for sure, but also has meaning as well.
I look at a lot of things peripherally, and that takes me to that piece out there, the wood piece, where I had a lot of adventures, and I walk my dog, I do things, and I have a life too. And I try to pay the bills, and in between all that, you kind of like, it takes you places, and I see places and events, and they kind of seep into my idea bank, and I use them later on.
You can learn more about Gregory's work online and upcoming exhibitions at gregorycoates.com. For SEC TV's Valley View, I'm Sheila Fortson.